So I filmed this. I filmed this 3 months ago. Those are speakers. I got new speakers. So the old speakers on the ground. As a reminder that I need to post them on fucking Facebook. I filmed this. I think this was the first video I filmed, and I fucked up and realized this after. Minute blank space because I had uploaded it from what the fuck is it called? Sony Vegas that I acquired legally, and I think it was the same length as this video. So Sony Vegas does that fucking thing where when you have a video and you render it and it saves a certain period of time and you put another video in there without changing the project, then it'll do that kind of deal. So let's watch and see what this guy has to say. I don't think it's very long. What is this, minute, half? It's so simple to learn not only about how the world works, but about the person you're talking to, because people love to talk, and the thing that they love to talk about themselves, thing that they love to talk what? People love to talk, and the thing that they love to talk about themselves, thing that they love to talk about the most is themselves. So if you just sit there and you just let them talk, they'll just spew out something that you didn't even know you wanted to know. And the next thing you know, you learn something. No shit, obviously. A lot of people get caught up in, the element of conversation, being engaged, and making sure that there's no awkward spaces left. But maybe you should leave those spaces there intentionally. Also, you give the person. Why are you talking like that? Just fucking talk normally. Maybe you should leave that space there. Fucking speak up, bro. Have a chance to leave if you're one of those people who has a difficult. What? Maybe you should leave those spaces there intentionally. Also, you give. Dude, I should not have shaved my mustache. Oh man, if I had been growing it this entire 3 months, imagine how fat it'd be. When did I shave it? I shaved it for my mom's birthday, cause she had this dance. When the fuck did I shave? Around here. Fuck, I should have just kept it. Imagine how fat it'd be. That'd be sick. Give the person kind of a chance to leave if you're one of those people who has a difficult time reading people in a conversation, and maybe you have high anxiety and you're like, I don't know if they want to keep talking to me or not. Because that'll happen to me sometimes. I think you should just try not saying anything. And then if they continue talking, continue talking. If they don't, you give them an exit. So space is super important when having a conversation. Yeah, facts. I think it's kind of saying I explained it pretty well, obviously. But kind of when you're talking to people, just leave space. Don't, especially, I think I said it specifically, if you have a decent amount of anxiety and you're like, oh my god, is the conversation going well? Just relax and kind of let whatever is going to be said, especially on their end. Just chill. Just let it flow. Don't be trying to say too much, especially with women. I feel like guys do that a lot with girls. Guys is me. Oldest, so this is next. Kind of want to watch this one. So this was the first video where this is the first video where I was like, okay, I'm gonna do just the talking thing after this one. Sometimes we can find ourselves in certain moods that we don't appreciate. I fucking hate watching this one. it's so cringe. In my opinion, it's a foolproof way to overcome sadness, stack up ones to keep moving. It's just so cringe. It's just the way I talk. I hate listening to myself talk, at least in the first few videos. Stress, anxiety, but the worst one of all, so cringy, is a very heavy sadness. I don't like to call it depression. A very heavy sadness. Depression. You could find yourself in. You don't really know how you got there sometimes. It just appears. That's the worst. Anxiety you can kind of point to. I have a test coming up. You usually figure out the reason anxiety's there. Date. I have someone I'm meeting. I'm going to see my mother for the first time in 4 years. I'm nervous about graduating. Who am I going to be? What am I going to do? You can kind of feel it out. You could smell where it's coming from. I think like I was just trying to act like what's his name? Found pondering or like I don't know, somebody insightful, so I was like trying to, keep the steady voice and talk like this, and I wasn't like fucking being myself. It's like Jesus Christ, dude. Definitely just like sadness is the result of neglect. Is that even true? Not all the time, because a lot of times I think I thought about this after I filmed it and like watched it. It's not always true. Some sadness is a result of neglect. So, like depression, I think more often than not is the result of self neglect. Self neglect. Damn. Could make a video called self neglect. Because you never really realize you're doing it because you're neglecting yourself. So it's paradoxical, isn't it? Self neglect. Because you can't. It's hard to find out that you're doing it until kind of something external lets you know that you're neglecting yourself. Because you can't. You don't introspect, so you don't know you're neglecting yourself because you're self neglect. Anyways, I don't know if that's always particularly true where sadness is a result of neglect all the time. Probably depression is for like a pretty decent amount of time because sadness and depression are two different things. I think where sadness is a little bit more temporary. So like a day, you're sad for a day for some fucking reason. I don't know something didn't go well. I'd say like I'd say sadness for me at least kind of happens when I have a really really good day, and then I'm in a good mood, and then inevitably something will put me in a bad mood. So yesterday, for example, I was having like a super awesome day, and I was like, damn. I remember this SpongeBob video. Is this video not SpongeBob, but it was this guy reviewing a SpongeBob episode, and basically it was like some philosophical channel, and he was saying that like whenever you are very very happy, you will eventually be sad as a result of like how high you are. So it's because it's like a yin yang. No matter how high you get in your happiness, something will like your fucking car won't start, or you'll be late for work, or I don't know, you'll spill something. Like you'll literally spill milk, and then it'll just kill your day because like you were way up here, and then just a little thing can crush your spirit for the day. And that happened to me, and I was having like an awesome fucking day, and then I downloaded Hinge. I haven't had dating apps since like fucking February, primarily because I was focused on myself, but also because I was like literally banned from Hinge for some fucking reason. As of I think 3 years, don't know what I did, but I downloaded it yesterday or 2 days ago, and I was like, oh, I'll try it out, and then I didn't get banned, and I was like, oh, nice, like I'll do this. And then later that afternoon, my account got suspended. I was like, what the fuck? Killed my day. So it's kind of a similar thing. But anyways, point is like most depression definitely is pinpointable, wherein usually I'd say probably solve it yourself. Now it doesn't always have to be a physical solution where you clean your room or you fucking start working out or something like that. It could be a mental solution where you come to a conclusion that alleviates your depression. But that is still a solution nonetheless, and that is a result of neglect because you're not introspecting and you're not looking inside. So still kind of the same rule applies. It appears always when you don't want it to and when you're least expecting it. It just happens. It takes you over, rushes you over, and you fucking just, and you go, wait, what's happening? You go, wait, what's happening? Shut the. Why do I feel this way? I'm hating. Sometimes you forget that it's an emotion, and that just like anxiety, just like fear, it can be pinpointed to a cause. True. In my opinion, a lot of the sadness that you feel can be attributed to a great deal of losses that haven't been realized
in conjunction with a great deal of wins that haven't been realized.
That doesn't make any sense. You mean to say, dumbass, losses that have been realized in conjunction with wins that haven't been realized. That's what you meant to say. Idiot.
If you're going through a period where you're not winning in any capacity, you're going to feel like shit. It's just how it works. If you're doing shit in the gym, your grades are bad, no girls, all you're focusing on is women, and you're not getting any, other things that just aren't going your way, and there's multiple things that aren't going your way, in your head at least, you're going to feel like shit. And then you won't know why, because it's a compilation of things. So it's a little bit more difficult to pinpoint and express where it's stemming from.
Right.
What you often might do is count your losses.
Facts.
Instead of counting your wins.
Well, I mean, it's kind of it's a lot more difficult to be losing and be like, all right. When I say like losing, I mean things that are in your control, primarily. So like if your father dies or something like that, that's a lot different than skipping the dishes or fucking, I don't know, breaking your foot or something like that, or missing a homework deadline, or not putting in effort, or things that are controllable. Is kind of what I was referring to. What you often might do is count your losses instead of counting your wins. So yeah, bro, like if you find yourself in a pit, this is going to be actually extremely difficult to do because you're just overcome with burden, like that feeling. So it's going to be it's going to be really fucking hard to probably even remember what I'm going to say. But try your best to think about all of the things that are going well. And it's usually, it actually, not even usually, it will 100% of the time outweigh whatever you're going through at that time. One, because what you're going through is temporary, and the things that you have that you realize as wins typically are, not even typically, they just are greater in comparison. They have to be. Yeah. Especially if it's like just a big thing that takes you over, then it's definitely something that you haven't experienced yet, and that might be part of your depression, is like trying to figure that out. Whatever that thing is, doesn't really matter, but just try to remember whatever wins you have, bro. I don't know how to describe this better because I don't know what wins you have, but I guess W's is the best way I can describe it. Is just like the things that are going well or have gone well for you in the past. Like think about those things, and that will be your sword in the fight against the bullshit. You're supposed to count how many wins you don't have, not how many losses you do have. What? That's fucking what? Count your losses instead of counting your wins. You're supposed to count how many wins you don't have, not how many losses you do have. You're supposed to count how many wins you don't have. Was I trying to say that, like, you're supposed to look towards the future as opposed to the past? Towards the wins that you don't have and focus on your pursuit as opposed to the losses that you do have and the things that have already happened. Maybe that's what I was saying. I don't know.
You're always going to have losses. That's how it works.
Facts.
But you need to win more often. You have to. Go to the gym. Eat right. Do the shit you're supposed to do.
Do I eat right? I just had a fast bowl of Reese's Puff Minis and Cinnamon Toast Crunch. And my head is a little cloudy because of the sugar, dude. So this guy really doesn't even take his own advice.
Do the shit you tell yourself you're going to do. Don't skip it. That's a win. If you say you're going to stop watching YouTube after this video or after that video, then stop. If you say you're going to stop Instagram for 2 weeks, stop Instagram for 2 weeks. Don't stop Instagram for a couple days and come back on. If you say you're going to stop focusing on women so much, then fucking do it. You have to keep the promises to yourself.
This guy sounds like he's talking about himself a lot, huh?
If that's a win, those wins add up. And once those wins add up, your playing field levels out. Mm-hmm. But a lot of the times when you start to feel that kind of, that darkness enter your soul,
right,
I can guarantee you count your losses and you go, fuck, this, and this went wrong. I'm in a rut, bro. You're approaching it wrong. It doesn't matter how many losses you have. You just need more wins.
I don't think it's a quantity thing as opposed to a recognition thing. Does that make sense? So don't like try and get a bunch of arbitrary wins, but just kind of recognize the things that are going well. It's more of a recognition thing as opposed to, all right, something went bad, go fucking, I don't know, clean your house. I mean, that might help, but you'll still feel like shit. So my point is, like, think about the things that are going well as opposed to just doing things that are going well. This guy should have fucking said that. Sorry.
Ignore your losses. It's fine. They're
Well, don't ignore them. Think them all the way through. If you like get fucked for whatever reason, think about it all the way through and think about what happened and every step that occurred. Like the deterministic aspect. Take that approach, figure out everything, and once you've done that, then forget about it because there's literally nothing else you can do. But that's hard to do. Obviously, it's gonna hit you in the face. You know, late at night when you're sitting in your fucking bed.
fucking gone. They already happened, didn't they?
Yeah.
So the fuck are you gonna do about them? Get more wins.
Realize more wins.
That's in my opinion, that's the easiest way to get out of that.
Hardcore dislike. Shit. And I want to watch what's it called? Where's fucking spirituality update? I think that's the last one I'm gonna do. This one is so cringy. Oh yeah. So this is my take on religion, and I think I'm just gonna talk as I go. Think as I go. Over the past 6 months to a year, February, I've considered a reality where there is a higher power, and how unfeasible that is. And
You mean
it's becoming less and less unfeasible. You mean how feasible? No. Well, wait, let me let him talk. Sorry, I cut him off. Unfeasible that is. Holy shit! Fix your hair, dickhead. And it's becoming less and less unfeasible. Things seem to be, obviously connected. And I do believe that there's a lot none of us could even try to understand if we tried. Right? Like,
Right.
there's certain things that we just don't fucking know.
Right.
And I think part of our existence is designed so that we don't know. Part of our existence is designed so we don't know intentionally. Well, first of all, that implies intentional design in a supreme higher power, more so than what I believe now. Intentionally designed so we don't know? That's ridiculous. Isn't it? I think part of our... say it again? Part of our existence is designed so that we don't know. I don't know about that. It's a bold claim. I think, worst case scenario, it happens to be that way. And I think, in reality, where that exists...
This is like a thought exercise.
Can you hear that? This is like a thought exercise, reviewing my own fucking speaking here, seeing what this guy's thinking about. It implies that something has been designed. In reality, where that exists, it implies that something has been designed.
Facts.
By intelligence, and that's above us. Regardless of what you want to call it, I don't think it really matters.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's like a power.
Religions are generally all the same. They believe in something higher. And everybody has a religion. Whether you believe in organized religion... Did I say this in this video? I don't know. But I do think that everybody has a religion, but whether you believe in organized religion or not is the, not constituency, is the point of contention, I think, is the right verbiage. It's like whether you ascribe to a church is kind of the deal, as opposed to whether you believe in religion. Everybody has a religion. So even atheists have a religion. They believe that there is no God. Agnostics believe that there is an answer, and they just don't know it. Does that make sense? Like, everybody believes in something. You can't not believe in anything. The absence of belief. What is the absence of belief? Well, I don't know if that has a name, but you can't not believe in anything. So you can be questioning and figuring it out, and that's agnosticism. But everything else, even atheism, is a belief that there certainly is no God. A belief nonetheless. Which means, at the bare minimum, you believe in existence and non-existence. Excuse me. But, yeah, I think everybody has a religion. Now, whether that religion that they have stems from multiple sources is up to them. But organized religion is just that. It's organized religion. Even like, I heard something. It wasn't a theory, but it was more of like an idea where even if you are an atheist,
Shit.
you believe in not believing,
I already said that.
which
Okay.
is in itself a belief.
Facts.
I think agnosticism kind of defiles all of this, so I put agnosticism separate than everything, where it's kind of just like the equivalent of queer, where you just don't fucking know. You know what I mean? You're in the middle. You're fucking figuring it out. It doesn't really count as a as a faith.
Bro, what does queer even mean, bro? What the fuck? What is that? Somebody was trying to explain to me that they were that they were fucking like pansexual or demisexual, and I was like, what does demisexual mean? Demisexual, a sexual interest if it's not experienced pre-sexual attraction, zero characteristics, appearance or smell is experienced immediately after first encounter, or it's something like where you have to have an emotional connection, and it's like, well, is that a sexuality? Demisexuality? Or do you just need emotion? Like, I don't think it's an orientation. Anyways, queer, strange, odd. What? Does not correspond to established ideas of sexuality and gender. Umbrella term for people who are not heterosexual or are not cisgender. So everybody else. That's pretty broad. I don't know. Useless term to me.
Because there's no faith.
What?
As a as a faith, because there's no faith. If you're an atheist, you have faith that God doesn't exist.
Facts.
Because you're an atheist. That's what that is. So technically, it's a faith, which means you have to adjust your life and all the things that normally people would attribute to God to other things. And if you can't do that successfully, you will struggle mentally.
Yeah, no cap. So like a lot of crystal girls, well, they is this true? I'd go as far to say most crystal girls aren't as connected with like a higher power at all, and they naturally search for answers, and they find those in whatever the fucking crystals read, or whatever the little crystal stories are. One, because they're cute and attractive, but two, because it brings in peace. I knew this girl that charged her crystals under the moon. Obviously, that shit is bullshit. Obviously, but it's like believing in something. Quenches her thirst, her inner thirst for solitude and through in her soul. How am I trying to say this? It's like I'm definitely stuttering a lot. Like charging her fucking crystals is the equivalent of praying. I think to some people, not exactly the act wherein in praying you're kind of in solitude and you're alone and you're having an intimate relationship with yourself and whatever else. But like you have like take charge when you charge your crystals, you have to like charge them. You have to take a second and set them up, and it's kind of the same deal where there's an intimacy there. Does that make sense? And I think humans look for that innately. And if they don't find it through religion or crystals, they will look for it somewhere else. That makes sense, yeah.
It's definitely like a thirst. Souls yearn, you know? I found it just easier to attribute things that I can't explain to things that I won't be able to explain at all. It gives me a lot more peace. Yeah, that's kind of lazy. That's one of the things that I had a problem with at least Christianity, like modern Christianity was like we can't explain it. It was definitely God. It's like okay, well, I need a little bit more logic than that for me. That's just like a lazy thought process. It's like we don't know. God did it. That's not good enough. At least that's the way it was explained in the church, in like the traditional, not traditional, like the modern Christian Baptist church. It was just like everything that we didn't know was definitely God. I don't know. I just don't like that, the, like thought process. And for now, that's what I'm doing. And I learn every day, and I question everything, and I don't believe things that I'm told. I have to feel them and see them.
Edgy.
And I will say I am yet to feel and see things that are magnificent. Magnificent enough where I can't explain them myself. Has that happened yet? Well, I think at the time I was kind of looking for like a thing, like the sky to turn, not exactly the sky to turn purple, but something where it would just be like, here's the answer. But I think the answer comes in smaller pieces than that. Smaller pieces to the larger puzzle. And right now I still need more pieces. Or at least in an effect where I don't really care. So until that miracle comes, then on the other hand, you look around and maybe everything happening to you is a miracle. Not to everybody. That's for fucking sure. People die in their sleep, dude. Did you know you can just die in your sleep? Yeah, facts, bro. Uh, Congestive heart failure, nocturnal death, sudden cardiac arrest. Oh, progressive loss of heart function. There's other shit too. It's super rare, but I guess maybe it's an older person thing. But you definitely can. You can die in your sleep. Unexplicably. Inexplicably. Sorry, I was incorrect. Inexplicably. You could just cease to exist.
What the fuck?
So,
Oops. I have an alarm that says stretch lower back. It's 4 a.m.
I really am thankful every day I wake up,
Facts.
Thankful to who? Thankful to what? Thankful to luck? Thankful to fortune?
I don't know.
Or thankful to whatever, That's the way I see it, is like, I can't be this lucky.
What about the people who are unlucky though, dude? Maybe you can be that lucky. Because there's definitely people who are unlucky. Yin yang. So for you to have what you have, dickhead, whoever this guy is, somebody's fucking losing right now. Like right now, somebody's getting raped. Right now, somebody's getting killed. Right now, somebody's dying of hunger somewhere, and I'm chilling in my apartment. Like at this exact moment, somebody's getting beat up. Somebody's mom is getting the shit beat out of her by some dude. At this moment, they're not very fucking lucky. Got more to think about.
I just can't. I just don't think I can. And that leaves one other explanation.
That's fallacious.
Now, the intricacies of what it is and what you call it and the powers it has and shit like that, I think is fucking irrelevant. I think so long as you acknowledge there is stuff that is out of your control, it's kind of the same philosophy.
I mean, to what degree though? Yeah, cool.
No description? I guess this was before I was writing descriptions. Okay. Don't want to watch any more? Maybe I'll do one more. Let's see. I don't know why this one got so many views. I really enjoyed this. Like, this was really cool for me. I definitely keep this philosophy today still. Love at first sight. What the fuck was this? Maybe I'll call it there. Pick a random one here. Do love at first sight. Fucking why not? I believe in love at first sight, but I believe it's possible, but a lot of people can see it wrong. It takes a very experienced man to. Holy shit, I'm looking rough in this. Yo! Here are my thoughts about the ability to find love at first sight. It's not a matter of luck, because that implies you're only looking for visual confirmation, which in turn won't take you very far. It's not a matter of luck, because got distracted by this fucking video. I'm probably going to watch this later, because I definitely be playing a lot of games. It's not a matter of luck, because that to me implies you're only looking for visual confirmation. Is that even true? It's not a matter of luck. Well, what do luck and visual confirmation have to do with anything? Like I'm talking about like together. I think I should have just kept this out. And just had it be, don't look for visual confirmation, because I won't take you very far. But I don't think just because it's not a matter of luck, that implies that you are looking for visual confirmation. So there's a poorly constructed sentence. I don't think I'm capable of doing it. It takes a very, very, very experienced man to recognize love at first sight, because you have, at least for men, I'm talking about from my perspective. I'm not perspicacious enough to see what it's like from the women's perspective. Nice word, because I don't have a vagina, so I'm just going to talk as a guy. You have to be super, super experienced to recognize the qualities in a woman that just isn't your woman. Yeah, I'm bad at that. I'm not going to lie. There's a lot out there. A lot of guys will, take the first pussy they get, and they'll be like, okay, this is the one, but it's not. So you got to be careful, and you got to have a little bit of self-control. And once you develop these things, again, I'm not speaking from personal experience. I'm still growing, but I feel as though once you develop your radar well enough, you can recognize love at first sight. But it's a skill. It's not like luck. You know what I mean? It's like she's everything on my checklist. Not, oh my God, she's beautiful. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
So it takes a little bit of skill and practice to recognize what is what is a good option. Get some more sleep, you asshole. Holy shit, buddy. Hardcore dislike. I hate all this guy's fucking videos, bro. Go to bed. And that's kind of when don't ever shave again in your life. You fuck up and you pick a bad one, and then boom, A lot of the times it's your choice. What happened? Boom, A lot of the times it's your choice. What happened? Terrible video. This guy's channel fucking sucks. Alright, that's it. Thanks for watching.